online classroom channel, and today in this video I am going to show you the flow chart of class 10 civics chapter 2 federalism. So see, under the flow chart I have mentioned all the important headings of the chapter. The main concepts are be given here so that you can easily understand the whole chapter. So first heading, it is federal versus unitary government. So if you are going to see, if you are going to found, so throughout the different countries you will find out that different form of governments are present. So first it is federal and second it is unitary form of government you will found it. So under the federal system if you are going to see, so it is first of all, first point, it is two or more levels of government it is going to be found under this federal form of government. Second, power divided between central authority and various constitute units of the country. Third, different levels enjoy power independently. Second, come to the unitary form of government. So it here only one level of government you will find out. Second, it is no division of power. Third, if any subunit is be there, so that it's going to become a subordinate to the central government. Next, move to the features of federalism. So here it is given the main features of federalism. So first, it is two or more levels of government found. Second, each tier has its own jurisdiction. Third point, authority of each tier is constitutionally guaranteed. Changes by both the government. Next, independent judiciary. Next, financial autonomy. And the last feature of the federalism, it is dual objectives. So what are the dual objectives of the federalism? First, to promote the unity of the country, and second, to respect the regional diversity. Let's move to the next heading. It is two routes of federation. So what are the two ways by which the federalism found in different countries, and it's followed also. So under this, first of all, we have coming together federation, and second, it is holding together federation. Under the coming together federation, states come together to form bigger unit, and here are the examples: USA, Switzerland and Australia. Come to the holding together federation. So here large countries divide its power between the constitute units. India, Spain and Belgium are the examples of the holding together federation. Next, move to the next heading. It is features of Indian Federation. So what are the main features of the Indian Federation? First, three list system found here as well as residuary list. Next, special status to some states. Next point, it is smaller units enjoy limited power. Independent judiciary. So these are the main features of the Indian Federation. Next, move to the next heading. It is list system in India. So what are the main list system we found in India? We followed it here. The government followed it. So first of all, it is union list. Second, state list. Third, concurrent list. And fourth, residuary list. Under the union list, total 97 subjects found here. State list, total 66 subjects. Concurrent list, 47 subjects. And residuary list related to the subject which is related to the information and communication technology. The union list is coming under the control of the union government. State list is coming under the control of the state government. Concurrent list is coming under the both the government, union government as well as the state government. Residuary list is coming under the union government. Next, move to the federalism practiced in India. So federalism practiced in India by the four ways. First of all, linguistic states. Many of the states in India, they are formed on the basis of languages. Next, language policy. Here, not only one language is going to be counted as an official language of the country, because many of the languages spoken in India, so of course 22 languages are be written, are be mentioned in the schedule. Next, move to the center-state relations. So here, center-state relations have to be very strong, because to run a very vast country, it is very important that center-state relationship should be good. Next, move to the decentralization process. So what is the meaning of decentralization? When we are going to take the power from one unit of the government, from the one part and given to the others, it is known as the decentralization, when we are going to divide the power. Next, decentralization in India. So it is the last heading of this chapter. Under the decentralization in India, first Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992, by which Many of the parts have been taken from the state government and given to the local government. Then the local self-government. The local self-government, it is also known as in the rural areas, the Gram Panchayat, and in the urban areas, it is known as the municipality and municipal corporations. So I hope the whole flowchart it is clear to you, and by that you can understand what are the main headings of this chapter. So thank you everyone, and please like, share, subscribe this channel for more updates.